Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to live coverage of the Straight Line Motorsports GT3 Championship here live at the Nurburgring GP Circuit. I'm your host and commentator for today's set of races, SLM, and I do have a guest with me today, which is something that is quite unusual for us to have on this channel. But last time out, it was James Head who unfortunately DC'd from the Mazda MX-5 Cup race. This time, it is my own brother, SDM Viper, and of course, he's been on the heels of a very successful race from last night because he won a Suzuka 1,000 kilometers race yesterday as well, and now he is tuning in with me for today's set of GT3 races. So I know it's your first time in the commentary box, but what are you expecting out of today's races, of course?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been really paying attention to the standings wise, but we're looking at a bunch of cars here, and we're looking at Patrol Head here doing some good lap times around here. The fastest currently is a 157.970 in that 44 Chevy Corvette GT3 here, and we got Chris the Crow here, of course, rocking out the number 71 Aston Martin Vantage GT3, one of my all-time favorite cars to drive on the circuit. He right now just set a 159.182, still got some work to do in order to catch up to that first place car, Patrol Head right here. But once again, oh, and he's skilled.
Oh, that's a big soul. That is very
keep it out of the wall. Keep it out of the wall.
Oh,
he saves it. What a moment right there that was. And he takes,
goes right back to the pits.
So now we got Iapez here in the Audi R8 LMS, the number 11, and right now he's just coasting it at the moment, not trying to get it set a lap, but just trying to get around. Oh no, he's going to get back into the pits right here. And now we've got Durdu again, teammate to Chris Crow here,
and he is the points leader in this championship. Let's not forget about that right
and the
now.
Points leader in the championship here. He is the number 14 Vantage GT3 here, looking to cap off another impressive result here to add on to his championship lead here and possibly extend it to possibly get another championship under his belt.
So we'll take you quickly through the championship standings for the Pro-Am guys at the moment. And at the moment, it is Durdu with a comfortable, sizable points lead with 130 points on the board right now after a successful season of GT3 racing right about here. The German driver has, excuse me about that, he has 3 wins on the board, which is very, very good for him.
Durdu just gone 1/10 quicker in Sector 3.
And his teammate, Chris the Crow, has 99 points, so it's a 31-point deficit between the two teammates. But if you go back another driver, the third place man is Nexus Mushala, who's jumped himself immediately into third place, which is very, very good for him, of course. And obviously, he's just wanting to try and get back up into the race.
I hate to interrupt you here, but Durdu has currently just set the fastest lap of the day with a 157.602. And he's just rocking that Vantage out with the windshield wiper rocking on the windshield as it is not raining and it's clearly sunny skies.
Yeah, that's the thing about Durdu right there that I've noticed about him. He always has that windshield wiper on. And get this, in the dry running he has the windshield wiper on, but when it's raining, when we had it at the Red Bull ring circuits, he had the windshield wipers completely off.
I guess he just likes to play with himself on the race, on and off the racetrack.
Stop it! I'm gonna boot you off quickly, okay?
So I'm sorry for that vulgar joke. If anyone heard, I promise I'm better than this. So I'm just coming off. Sorry. I just went through a pretty sizable endurance race yesterday. The 2019 Suzuka 1,000 kilometer event hosted by Virtual Racing Reality. I was with Starscream Enterprises in the number 33 BMW M6 GT3. My teammate Frederick Barlows, who did stint 1, qualified the car for 3rd place, and he worked his way up to a comfortable 2nd place result at the time of my stint. So I hopped in and came out and won the GT300 class. So honestly, coming off a win like that is huge for me. It would be huge for anybody. You know, just a lot of hard work and effort. I can't thank the guys enough at Starscream Enterprises, Mitch Bearpark, Alex Earhart, Frederick Barlows, and all those guys. They put a really one hell of a setup in that car, and you know, well deserved for them. 1-2 finish. The sister car, the 39 BMW, got a 2nd place finish at the event. And you know, we're coming off a really rock solid win here, and definitely the biggest of my career here. So very, very fortunate, very happy for that. So I'll stop rambling now and let Trevor keep on talking here.
I'm about to say,
I've done enough, I've done enough rambling.
Mate, this isn't your own personal time to talk. It's not a podcast, okay?
I'm not that experienced with the commentary booths, but I'm always glad to throw my own hat and my own word out. But anyways, here we're looking forward to a great race here today with Grand J10 here on the racetrack in the number 15 Nissan GTR GT3 here in that very nice U.S. Armed Air Force paint scheme that he's running there. Salute to the troops in the United States. Good for him, showing some pride there for other existing nationalities across the world.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Elliot Fagner. Of course, Grand J10. He used to run the McLaren program here, but of course that pretty much just went nowhere. Obviously, with getting dead last in nearly every race. And then as soon as Grand J10 switched to the Nissan GTR, he literally lit up a blaze, and he's lighting up a blaze right now out of sector number 3 right about. He's nice. He's a tenth and a half faster than Dirt Dude's fastest lap of the day so far, and I think this would be very, very good for Grand J10 because these GTRs. Oh, is that a lag spike right there? Yes, it is a lag. Whoa, that's a very big lag spike on my end, so I do apologize for that. But Grand J10 on an absolute flyer at the moment, and this would be very, very good to displace the championship leader Dirt Dude 14 in the Aston Martin. So what can Grand J10 do in the GTR? And it is a 157.492, and Grand J10 pops to the top of the timesheets in warm-up before qualifying.
Yeah, he's really putting the pace down, and those big honking Nissan GTR GT3 there. Quite an underrated car, but once you get it set up, it's a very, very little lag spike there. He's just oh no, never mind. Wait,
no, that's a lag spike.
Oh, okay. We're good.
Quick, get the devices off the Wi-Fi.
quick,
get the.
Yeah, we're
oh, that's a disconnect.
Oh,
that's a disconnect right there, but it's okay.
Still got the fastest lap though, so we're doing all right here. We're fine on we are fine on our end. Sorry, it was a long day yesterday, and it's a really rough morning this morning for me. Little too much champagne last night from the celebration. But I promise I'm fine. I'm not hungover, and yeah, we're looking forward to a great race today. On board with the
we'll come on board now with the Aston Martin Dirt Dude as he looks to try and match his 157.602 or better that with a 157 lower than a 491 if he can. So, sector 1 time. Let's see what he's got in going for. He's 5/10 quicker than Grand J10 out of sector 1.
I think this is going to be a new fastest lap right here. I think he's got the pace and the power and the raw talent from this driver. He's going to probably set this fastest lap right here. Let's see what he does here at the end of this carousel, at the end of sector 2 here. Let's see his if he improves or he goes down a little bit. Up, goes a little wide, corrects a little bit, gets the power out early.
On board now with the drivers who he lost a lot of time in
he's
sector
still up
2.
A very decent
yeah, he's
way.
still up 2/10, but he's gonna have to try and maintain that gap if he can, because this Aston Martin, this German behind the wheel, this Aston Martin is super, super quick. Of course, do not lay a foot wrong on him. Of course.
Yes, absolutely. We're here as he finishes sector 3 right here. Let's see what he's got. He's done. He gets a little wide. Oh, he's 4/10 up on sector 3 now. Let's see what he can do in the final sector of this race. I think we're gonna have a new fastest time. We could even hop into the 56s here if we're lucky here. Coming on to the hard braking zone for the chicane here. Really sluggish. Really puts the power down early out of the exit. Coming up to the final turn now. It's hard to watch with this windshield wiper going back and forth, isn't it? Coming out of the final corner, let's see what he's got here. I think this is going to be a new fastest time right here. Let's see what he's got in store. It's a 57.053, not quite in the 56s, but still enough for the fastest lap here. And he's currently 9/10 up on the second place car, Patrol Head right here. Let's take a look at him and see what he's up to.
Yeah, Patrol Head right now at the moment, he's been at 57.9. He's just trying to find the rhythm that he can to get closer up. He's 6/10 on his 57.9, so he's definitely going to close the gap up this time by if he's able to hold it through for the chicane and for the final corner, of course. But late on the brakes in that Corvette C7 GT3. Oh, and I think he's put a foot wrong right there, and that's definitely not going to help him out right there.
A little wide
on it.
A little wide on the second corner there. Sluggish through the final corner, trying to get a good exit going. I think he's going to try and set himself up for another fast lap right here. 50. Oh!
He's just done it!
57.016.
He's just done it!
We thought he was done. Oh!
And SMJT with the fastest lap.
156.984. First one of the 56s right here. We're going to have ourselves a nice little session here.
Yeah,
practice session.
And get this, SMJT's first race of this league was at the Wet Rebel Ring in the Pro-Am League. He got a straight-up podium in that race. So this is his first dry running. So we might be able to, for the first time, see what this driver has for his capable potential in this league, obviously. And I think he could be a really good championship contender.
Let's pay attention. Let's pay attention to him here for this lap right here. Let's go on board with the number 30 Corvette GT3R right here. Right now he's 50 thousandths up on his first sector right here. Let's see if he can push the power through and get another faster lap right here.
Oh, never mind. We're going to start qualifying.
And, qualifying now is just going to start.
Yep, he's letting off the throttle.
He knows he can go a lot faster. He knows it.
Oh, yeah, for a fact. So let's take a look at some of the comments before we go ahead. Doug Barrow saying good luck, gents. Graham J10 saying hello. And then SL Palmer saying good luck to you, lads, especially with Trevor with your voice. Oh, man, Palmer, you always ratting on me with my voice, man. I tell you what.
It's worse now that there's two people with the same voice now. It's worse that way, so he's just going to have to deal with it, so.
Right, qualifying about to start now for the 6-car grid here of Pro-Am competitors. Of course, it's low on numbers, but that doesn't mean the action is to be had in these competitions at the moment, and it looks like Durdu, the championship leader, is going to be the first one to set the benchmark for these GT3 Pro-Am competitors, and we'll see what the German in the Aston Martin can do alongside his teammate, the Dutchman, the Austrian in the 71, and that will be at the hands of Chris the Crow. Patrolhead, not out of the pits just yet, but he definitely wants to try and get out as soon as he can. And it looks like he's going to be able to get on out. No, he's still in the pits, so I'm not sure what that is for, so we're going to have to wait on that and see what will happen to him, of course. And Durdu now going to take this Aston Martin and just still could be a complete...
With the right setup on any given day, he can really put the hammer down.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's really good with it, so do not count him out. And there's SMJT just right behind him as well.
I'll get a comment here from Hair Razor. He say, good luck, guys. Thank you, Hair Razor, and thank you to all the other drivers who partake in this series and make it thrive for what it is. A newly formed series within the last couple of years here, but it's
within the last couple of months, obviously. So it's just picked up, which is a good thing. So we're gonna
go on board with Durdu here, as he's gonna be the first one to come out of the final corner here, and start his first qualifying lap here and set the benchmark time here. We're gonna see what he can do here. Here we go right now.
So a 2-minute out lap, which is a very, very good flying out lap. So you kind of got to be on the ball with here. I think you could be able to make it at most about 4 or 5 laps if you can. I think 4 laps if you just kind of just pace yourself a little bit, but 5 if you're able to like really just push the car around the track, obviously.
He's getting the line down pretty well here in that Aston Martin Vantage right here. The championship leader now in the Pro-Am division. Really setting the standard here right now. And I think, honestly,
that might have been a slower exit out of that corner, to be honest with you.
I think he spun the tire a little bit.
Yeah, I think he might have spun it out a bit too much right about there. So we're not sure how that's going to affect his lap time, of course.
Oh, goes a little wide into that corner right there. Slid the car a little too much, carried a little too much speed to that corner right there. But SMJT chasing him down here, hoping he can get close enough so that he can get a little bit of a draft right now and improve a faster time right now.
Let's go further down the field before we hop our way back up to Durdu for the start of qualifying. Grand J10 now on his first flying lap, goes a bit wide out of the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit.
A little wide to that corner.
Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Ipez on another flying lap to try and get going in that Audi R8 LMS, the number 11. Oh, goes very wide.
Wide exit.
Yeah, very wide right about there. And finally, Chris the Crow, the man second in points in the Pro-Am Championship, will be looking.
Oh, and he goes wide again.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people going wide out there as well.
They're carrying too much speed to that corner. They need to brake a little bit sooner than that.
We'll go back to Durdude, the man on
a mission.
Fine form at the moment in the 14. Let's see what he can do to set down the benchmark for the first time around the Nurburgring. This will be the first time that these other guys will be having to try and best Durdude at what he can do in this Aston Martin V12 Vantage. So the benchmark will
56.8.
That's a 56.8 on his first lap. That's a very good lap. SMJT only can muster a 57.0, so that's not good news for him.
He's quicker than that. He knows it.
Oh, he's certainly quicker than that. Grand J10.
57.8.
With 57.8, yes, you're right on that. So he's 8/10 down. And so Ipez now with a very slow first lap, which is not good for him.
He's trying to set up for a good exit.
Yeah, he's trying to, obviously. Krista Crow will...
He's not going to do it.
No, he's way off on time, so yeah, that's not good for him.
He's trying to set up on
2 minute, yeah, so that's not good for Krista Crow.
Patrolhead is now on track right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, Patrolhead, he's on an outlap right about now. He's just, I think, waiting for the right moment to strike within this with the Chevrolet Corvette.
And that has sponsored Corvette. I can see him being a lethal force, maybe on the podium here for this qualifying session right here. But don't get your hopes up. He's still got a lot of time to go. We got about 5 minutes left in the qualifying session, but he's got a lot of work to do here in order to get this sector time.
Yeah, he's just trying to. He's always willing to do, I think, in my opinion, is just try and get the outlap going, and just prepare himself for a qualifying run here, where these cars are literally the fastest on the track at any given point in the day. And so we're looking to start and see what Patrolhead can do in the 44.
Absolutely. He's coming up through the final corner now, trying to get a little.
Yeah, but while we wait for Patrolhead, we'll go back to Durdude, who is the man on prime pole position with a 56.8.
A little shaky on that.
Yeah, a little shaky out of that corner. So he's just trying to do the best that he can to hold it together.
I think he's going to improve here.
Yeah,
he's going to improve.
Ooh, was that a car that was off? 56.7, which leads him to an improvement. SMJT instead goes faster than Durdude with a 56.7.
74.
What a lap!
74,000 faster.
Oh, this is going to be a 2-horse race going into
this. In his second race start.
Grand J10 with an incident somewhere, 2.9 seconds off of his fastest lap. So he's had an incident somewhere on the track. Krista Crow now coming through the hairpin. Ipez with another slow lap, so he's had another incident somewhere, and he's just trying to figure out.
Back to Patrolhead. See what.
We'll go back to Patrolhead.
Krista Crow.
Yeah, we'll go to Krista Crow at the moment.
Still another
improvement, but
59.7.
He improves, but I don't think he improved. Yeah, he didn't improve on position because he's way too far off of Grand J10 at the moment. Now there's Patrolhead now going through the bottom of the hairpin and coming out of the hairpin now through onto sector 2 right about now. And so what can the Brick do in the Chevrolet Corvette GT3R?
Very fine car, by the way. Very fine car.
Yeah, very fine car. Definitely based on the Callaway Corvette GT3s that usually run primarily in ADAC GT Masters competition. And I think for 1 year in the hands of Callaway competition, USA in basically like few races in Probably World Challenge. And ever since that program, that just...
It flopped.
Yeah, it really just flopped. Yeah,
they
did St. Petersburg and then they did Coda, I believe, and I think that was it. And it's just like nothing.
They had a decent shot at getting a good result, but just could not hold the program together for some. We don't know the full cause of the story, but a very sad end to a very suitable car.
I think over time, as it just goes on, I think we just find out what happens to it.
57.2 puts Patrolhead on third for qualifying. SMJT and Durdude going at it for the top spot right now.
Yeah, Durdude, what can he do to try and better his time? No improvement right there, but SMJT, what can he do? No improvements either. So we're getting into the the final few minutes of qualifying. I think these guys will get this lap and barely one more.
Grand J10 on his coming around.
No improvement by 2/10 of a second.
But he will start his final lap. So everyone else basically second and down. Everyone else third and down will be on their final lap. Unless, actually no, Patrolhead will get one more.
Krista Crow will get one more lap after this one.
He's actually made up some ground. Oh no, goes a little wide. No, will not improve. Will not improve.
Will definitely not improve. Ipez
He's in the pit. He's in the pit.
No, that's...
He parked the car.
Oh, yeah, he's parked it. Yep.
He's starting
parked the car.
6th in the race.
Yeah, he's parked it for a fact.
But let's go back with our pole sitter right now.
SMJT by 74 thousandths of a second over Dirty. That is insanely close.
This will be a very, very tight qualifying session. These two know that they have one more shot after this. If they make one mistake on track with them, it will be over for them. So they cannot make a mistake here at this rate. As long as they get to the line in time before the clock runs out, these guys will have one more final lap and settle it out that way. But I think it'll be very interesting between the top two. I think Durdu and SMJT will have a very interesting heated battle for qualifying for the top spot. And
Durdu's slowing up.
I think he's trying to get a draft here, if I'm correct.
Is he slowing up? No, I think he's just trying to get a moment of fresh air.
Yeah, he's trying to he's gonna go for another lap.
Yeah, I think
he's got one more lap. He wants to.
Who's that rounding this? Who's that at the start right now? It will be Patrolhead. He will be on his final flying lap.
He will not improve, but he will be on one more lap here in this race here. SMJT will
get one more lap with a 56.4. That puts him 3/10 up in a dominating performance for the Brit in the 30 Corvette.
Durdu now trying to. Durdu's gone.
Oh, what the heck? Oh my God!
Durdu's gone. Oh my God!
Yeah, let's see what happened here. Oh, not the start of qualifying.
Yes, this is the start of qualifying.
Oh, that might have.
That was it. That was. I think he just botched it somewhere.
Yeah,
he could have made it. Oh no, this is a qualifying replay. Never mind. Are you able to skip it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think Durdu wasn't able to put one in. I think he had a spin somewhere, and we weren't able to find out what happened.
Wow.
And that's pretty much just cucked his own performance.
Now, basically, SMJT has one more lap that he can do.
Patrolhead's on a flying lap at the moment. So
this will be interesting. We'll see if Patrolhead can make something happen. He's currently sitting 4th place in the
he's 7/10 up, but he needs a very good lap to put together if he wants any chance of challenging that top spot Corvette. He's up by 2/10, which could displace the GTR Grand J10.
He could get 3rd. I just don't think he's going to get into the top 2. I just don't see it unless he has a really good final sector here. Now SMJT, he's on his last line lap. Let's just watch Patrolhead go through this final corner here and see what he can do here. Negotiate one more corner here. Very nice entry and exit right here.
Yeah, it's a good exit for Patrolhead. I think he's definitely keep the good time. 157.1, he improves, but not on position. So
SMGT, the pole sitter, coming around for the final time here.
That's it. Qualifying.
Let's see if he can improve on his final time.
And no, he will not. But SMGT in his second race for the Straight Line Motorsports GT3 Championship nabs his first pole position by 0.3 of a second over the championship points leader Durdu. And what a race! What a race this is going to be for
I've got very good expectation that this is going to be a very, very good race.
Oh, no doubt about that.
SMJT and Durdu are really going to put the hammer down on each other.
For a fact.
They're going to be fighting like Rocky and Muhammad Ali in the boxing ring. The dream fight that could have been but never happened. But
so qualifying ends. There is your pole position time. SMJT with a 56.474. And just to get a reference from our race analyst, James said, just in terms of timing, Swift in a practice session earlier did a 54.8. And that's one of the pro guys as well. That's a pro points leader as well. Right, for 60 minutes now, it will be 6 cars duking it out for overall honors in the Pro-Am division. A lot of these guys D-ranked in driver training, but Durdu with the AS ranking as well, and you can able to do it very, very efficiently as well. Right, when do the 4 red lights come on? They're coming on now as we speak. When do the green lights go on out for the start of this race? They're on for a little bit, and now they're off, and we're away for 60 minutes of this race. And every time I have to do this, just have to make sure that I'm able to get out of it. And what can Durdu right now do? He's actually going to SMJT defended that inside line. Nothing doing there as of yet. And he's having to withstand a lot of pressure from Patrolhead behind. Actually, Patrolhead, I think, got a jump on Grand J10 and did it very, very well.
He's going to try and make a run for a second.
Oh, and he just completely dove into the side of Durdude. Oh, Durdude.
I don't think he's happy with that.
No, I was about to say, Durdude is one of those drivers you absolutely do not want to infuriate the heck out of because he will pull on absolute charges. Look at the
damage to the left side of Durdude. He's going to try and make a run back for a second. Durdude's falling back down the fourth. Grand J10's gone around.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay here, and he just dove right into the inside and gets a good kick of wheel spin for that as well. And so that might be investigated, of course. And oh, look at this, Durdude now back into P4 now. It's Grand J10. Oh, has he gone wide? Oh, he's gone a bit wide.
He's going to lose so much speed out of this corner here. Grand J10 defending right now.
On board now with the 14 of Durdude now, and it's going to be very, very heated and close to one another. Of course, Grand J10 will move to the racing line, try and get within the race slipstream, and now it's going to be Durdude and Chris the Crow for 4th and 5th right now. iPass sits comfortably in 6th right about now.
This is going to be interesting between the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Oh yeah, it's going to be as well.
SMJT is kind of just running away at this point. I don't think he's got any bit of worry in the world right now unless something happens here.
Yeah, I'm going to say that right about now. SMJT doing a good job. The man from pole position.
Oh, someone's gone off! Someone's gone off.
Oh, have they? Let's see who it is. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Patrolhead? Yes, it is Patrolhead. And so, yeah, Patrolhead's gone off. So we're going to see what happened there.
Coming to the chicane right here.
What's happened to him?
Goes up the curves.
Oh, he's just taking too much curbing.
Too much curbing.
Yeah, too much curbing. That's it, yeah.
Sorry, we just had a very loud car pass by our commentary booth right here.
I'll tell you what, man, those folks at the Nurburgring, man, they're trying to use the Nordschleife to their full advantage.
Yeah. Oh man, Patrolhead's really.
Oh yeah, Patrolhead's
getting really.
Oh, he's very squirrely.
Very wide.
Yeah, this is not good for him. 5/10 penalty.
Stewart's gonna give him a 5.5 second penalty for exceeding track limits right here.
Iapez has lost a lot of time on that first lap, so something's happened to him clearly.
Something has happened to Iapez right here, but we're going to go back and pay attention to our top 5 contenders right here.
SMJT doing a good job on pole position. Where the heck? Wait a minute. Grand J10, car 44, black, white, and flag with contacts. That's definitely for the one incident with Durdude.
So that says don't do that again.
Obviously.
Otherwise you will get black flag or penalized for doing it again. But Grand J10 right now taking advantage of the situations that had just occurred on the first lap right here, and he's now sitting comfortably in 2nd place right here with Durdude chasing him down. What can he do at this rate?
Yeah, Durdude, of course, as I said before, the championship points leader, and he's able to pull a comeback when he can. Remember, I think there was a point in the race where he won 3 races in this championship in a row. So do not count out on his performance because he's very, very good given the right conditions, of course.
He's a very, very talented driver.
Yeah, and even for Durdude's performance, even he struggled. He's good in the drive, but he struggled even in the wet as well. And that itself was a very, very challenging course for a lot of these GT3 challenges as well. Durdude, I think, was just only on damage limitation about 2 weeks ago at the Red Bull Ring, of course.
Absolutely, indeed, right now. Grand J10 right now holding off 2nd place right now, but Durdude trying to come back, trying to make something happen.
Oh, battle for 4th at the moment between Chris the Crow and Patrolhead. So Patrolhead's obviously trying to find a bit of time, but he's still got that 5/10 penalty. But he's going to make the move down to the inside, and he's certainly going to do it. Can he hold it off onto the inside of the 71? Yes, he will. Oh, you know what? Switchback maybe.
Chris the Crow's going to try and switch back it.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think Patrolhead's going to get him right here. Now keep in mind he's got that 1/2 second penalty that he's got to work with still.
Yeah, he's going to have to serve that, of course, before the end of this race. Ooh, but it's really out of the corner as well.
Trying to take all the curbing that they can get right here. Chris the Crow really putting the pressure on Patrolhead right now for 4th place right now.
Yeah, it's going to be V8 versus V12 going into the bottom section of the circuit here, and it looks like Chris the Crow might be trying to set himself up for an overtake if he's able to stay close to it, of course.
Of course, our series creator, he said, let's see, figure out how to use the replay feature.
Hold on, Elliot. Now, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, I was like, how am I able to do this here, of course? And so it's like, So I'm about to do the research, obviously. I see a post on GT Planet where it's like, they give me all the notifications, and it's like, make sure you have this feature on. And I'm like, I tried doing it without the thing featured. Hold on, I'll put it on screen for you. It's this that needs to go on. It's switch keyboards that is on, because if I have it off, it's just gonna be, I can just type crap into the chat. But now it's like, now that I'm able to do it, now it's just like, I can go to SMJT and just display his overlay, of course. So, so there we go. And also, I love SMJT's helmet as well. It looks very, very good on him, of course. And so SMJT in the 30 pole position, leading Corvette, doing a good job in fine form, 2.5 seconds ahead of Grand J10, who also, I think, for Grand J10 has finally found his rhythm in this championship, which is good for him, of course. And SMJT now pacing the field at the moment. But Grand J10 and Durdude's still right there, and definitely within arm's reach of the leader for this race.
Thank you for the comment, James Head. Another level to the streaming, certainly going the right way. Absolutely indeed. Elliot again, trusty F8 key for the overlays. Oh, you guys are too funny. Grand J10's gone wide.
Oh yeah, he's gone very, very wide.
Gone wide in the out of turn 2 right there.
So we'll see what happened right there. I'm not sure if he just carried a bit too much speed into the corner. We'll see what happened right there. And yep, just carried too much speed into the corner. So
going back to our live action.
Oh, you know what? Oh, Durdude's gonna be on an absolute tear. And just like that right there, as I said, Durdude, do not keep your eyes off of him. Oh, and he's going to go a bit wide.
Little tail wiggle right there.
And this is going to get extremely squirrely between the two drivers here. Grand J10 in the GTR, Durdude in the Aston Martin. It is 6 liters versus 12. And of course, oh, Grand J10's let the door open. Oh, and he's let that door open. There's contact. Oh, and he's let that door on open.
He's coming back.
Oh, he's
coming back. Oh, and what? Grand J10's going around for second again.
I think Durdude might have slowed up to.
I think he thought that contact was illegal right there, so he just gave him position.
Yeah, I think Durdude just played it safe right there, and I think he's just trying to play the trusty card. Trusty F8 for the overlay. My F8 key isn't working at the moment, Elliot. Don't give me some slack. When people say all Americans sound the same, these two do. No, because we're identical twins. I mean, come on now. Come on now. We're identical twins. Elliot, you know this, and I'm pretty sure most people in the SLM Discord would know about this.
Durdude coming back once again here to try and get a piece of Grand J10 here to see if he can get around for second right now.
Yeah, Durdude not letting off any bit of relief for Grand J10. Oh, he's going really wide. That is a very slow exit. He's going to get a run here. That is a very slow exit for Grand J10.
He's going to get around him, I think.
Oh, Grand J10's going to try and force him to the pit. Oh, is he going to keep him over there?
He's still in front. Oh,
Durdude nearly to the grass. Durdude's going to take to the grass. And
he's got to let him by.
Grand J10. Oh, he goes wide. Oh, this is insane racing. And Grand J10 still hold on to second place.
What an unbelievable performance. Grand J10 is performing right now. He is driving his life right now, trying to defend the Pro-Am Championship leader right now. He's really putting the hammer down. Oh, he goes
wide.
I mean, all of this content, all this battling is making SMJT just going whoopee, and he's just driving away in that 30 Corvette. Not a worry in sight for him. He's just putting the gap on right now. Currently 6.
Yeah, we'll go to SMJT now. The gap now is just
6.7 seconds
ahead at the moment, which is quite unusual. So let's go to Grand J10 and see what the gap now before him is. It's 6 seconds now between himself and SMJT. Also another thing as well, CJ. You know how SM Palmer said, "Good luck, lads, especially with Trevor with your voice." My voice is already shot. Only 9 minutes into the race.
Oh, JT's going wide.
Oh, he's going wide.
He's in the gravel. He's going around. He's going around.
Oh my goodness me.
Jeez, there one goes in. There would have been a fucking. My apologies. My apologies.
Oh my God.
Let's see what happened here.
Oh, that was extremely scary.
He was really putting the hammer down. He let the pressure get to him. Let's check and see what happened here. Going fine to the Schumacher cars.
Oh, he gets it on this gravel track.
Too much speed.
Oh my God, that would have. Oh, that would have been so scary.
That would have been a devastating hit if there wasn't any ghosting.
Jesus,
my God.
And think about this: Patrol had given a black and white flag, is now in 3rd place.
From the incident that he had on the first lap of this race, he's clawed his way back up.
TGIS saying, "Calm your voice down, Hudson Palmer. Very awesome first 5 laps, 8 minutes of this race. Don't go away because this is going to be exciting." Also, I'm going to give you the realms of commentary for the time being. So, you can just manage the control key booth over here. I'm gonna give myself something to drink. So
I guess just F8 for
F8.
F8 for replays and live replays.
I'll be back,
I guess.
Drink.
So right now we're just only 6 laps into this race with less than 50 minutes to go right now. This is proving to be a very, very exciting Pro-Am race right now. SMJT running away with first place. Durdude now trying to close that gap into second. And right now, Durdude is just trying to put the gap closed to SMJT, trying to deny him of his first one right now. Results as they stand right now, it's looking pretty good right now. Of course, this is SDM Viper, aka RRDZ, twin brother, identical, and first time in the commentary box. How are y'all doing? I'm doing great. So, anyway, back to the race right here. SMJT putting the hammer down on the number 30 Corvette right here in first place right now. He's still extending the gap right now to about 8.5 seconds right now over Durdude right now, who's just gone a little wide coming out of the corner right there. So, excuse me. Control head right now currently 3 seconds back from Durdude right now, championship leader right now. And right behind him is Chris the Crow, looking to see if he can get into third place right now, trying to hunt down Patrol Head in that Vantage GT3. Grand J10 right now, who we thought was going to have the battle and the defense like Michael Schumacher or some other Formula One world veteran, has just fallen back. Incidents plagued, pressure got to him. He's running 5th and he's gone a little wide coming out of turn 2 right now, setting up for turn 3. IFPEZ right now just cruising at this rate, back in 6th. Don't think we'll see much more of him right now, but SMJT putting the hammer down at the Nurburgring as he sits to comfortably lead this race right now. Not a lot of action, not a lot of drama has ensued after the first 6 laps.
I doubt that.
It was just a chaos of the first couple of laps right here, but now RRDZ has joined back us in the commentary box, has gotten a drink to help calm his voice down after all that helpful yelling right now.
You said not a lot of drama. I seriously doubt that.
We'll see how this last bit of race plays. So,
just give me this.
Of course. We're still trying to figure this out here, so.
Anyway, let's go on board now. SMJT now, just currently 9 seconds behind the leading Corvette of SMJT 9. And also another thing to point out as well, CJ, while we, every time we do one of these races, including our MX5 Cup race as well, we always invite our podium finishers in for an interview of their race as well.
Sounds good.
And at the moment, ooh, do I see a battle going on over there? I think I do.
Oh, Chris the Crow's gone around Patrol Head.
Oh, you didn't notice that, right?
He's gone around him. Last lap, Patrol Head was ahead of Chris the Crow by about 1.5 seconds across the start-finish line last lap. So I think something's happened here.
Yeah, it's definitely a two-manufacturer race between the cars of, excuse me, of the Corvettes and the Asmarks. So the American machinery trying to bring it to the Brits, 1776 Revolutionary War style. And I know that was probably a bad joke to make, but it always makes good for close commentary and racing as well. Trollhead right now gonna just try and get back from his incidents earlier in the race, and is just trying to
we're just watching the YouTube comments for right now.
is that?
Chris,
Oh, they're both going wide.
Jesus.
Oh, that was a big kick of oversteer for Patrolhead to try and save right about there. Chris Crow still not giving an inch.
Again, looking at comments, still watching this fight right now between Chris Crow and Patrolhead right now. This is going to be the fight that we're looking right now. It's pretty much everyone else is kind of spread out right now.
Yeah, Grand J10, a little, whoa, very, very wide, I should say. Oh, is he able to get that slowed down in time? Yes. Looks like he is,
yes.
Which is good for him. Iapez, unfortunately, not having a good day, but he's just trying to do the best that he can to try and stay within and see the checkered flag. Of course, SMJT now still doing a dominating performance within the 30 Corvette, and it's just doing a good job, of course. Durdude still just trying to stay within arm's reach, only 10.3 seconds behind. But I feel like the Corvette is definitely more suited to this course more than anything, and we should start seeing pit stops pretty soon. Ooh, I thought I heard, that's definitely a squeal of tires that I was hearing right there. Oh, Patrolhead with an audacious dive. Krista Crow will go to the inside, but that is Krista Crow going to take too much? No, actually. I actually might have helped him out more than anything, but Krista Crow doing a good job at withstanding the pressure from Patrolhead, who was right behind him. We'll go on board now from the bumper cam from Krista Crow to Patrolhead. And Patrolhead going a bit wide to try and set him up for a potential overtake into the latter half of the course.
Oh, he's had to let off in the corner. And
I think Patrolhead is going to try it, but Krista Crow going to defend that line. Cut that door. Yeah, shut that door immediately.
Gets in front of him.
Yeah, and so you can obviously tell Krista Crow just not giving an inch of room. And Krista Crow has finished on the podium before, but he would definitely, most certainly would like a win if he can, and trying to keep the points going his way if he can as well. But let's see what's going on for Patrolhead. Oh, I think he might have had to back out of that move right there, but Patrolhead just withstanding, look at the amount of pressure he's having to put on him. Patrolhead actually having to let off into the Schumacher S's, so that's not good for him. Obviously, that's trying to get him close to the Aston Martin in front. You want to stay close, but you don't want to get too close because the dirty air will severely affect these GT3 cars and ruin their downforce, ultimately making them just pretty much pointless. So
absolutely, indeed. Right now, we're just going to keep watching this battle ensue right now.
Yeah, this is the closest battle we have going on the track at the moment, because at the moment the interval between the two is definitely within 0.6 of a second. So very close battle and dicey nonetheless.
Absolutely, indeed. Right now, coming up to the chicane right here before we settle up for the final turn right now. Patrolhead taking all the curve that he can take right now.
And we're going to take a quick little commercial. Apologies from stepping away from the commentary box, but we are back. As you saw, Patrolhead finally getting by Krista Crow, but of course it had to come at the cost of Krista Crow going very wide into and very deep into turn number 1. The gap now 1.1 seconds-ish between the two drivers, but if Krista Crow can power up back,
he can make something happen here.
Yeah, definitely so. Oh, is that another battle at the front of the field that I'm seeing right now? Or is that or is that Iapez about to be like, yeah, it's Iapez getting shown the blue flag at the moment, and so this is definitely not going to benefit him in any way, as he's only, it's only 20 minutes into the race and he's about to get lapped, which is not good for him. You can see 3 blue flags being shown the way of Iapez, so he will have to make way for the 30 Corvette pretty soon. And so, yeah, just not another good day for Iapez again, who again just genuinely struggles in this GT3 championship. But of course, practice makes perfect, because obviously, you know, there are always times where basically you start league racing and this just like, if this is your first time, well, you get better at it, obviously. There's just no question about it. So we'll SMJT right on the back bumper of the Audi of Iapez, and I imagine and so Iapez getting on out of the way, and that, of course, that is one lap down for the Audi driver.
I think SMJT is going to come in for his pit stop here real soon because he's about almost out of fuel right now.
Yeah, SMJT almost about to come in for his first pit stop. I think Iapez,
I think he's fuel saving, if anything. Or he's not using it.
or no, is he? Let's see. Yeah, Iapez is an extremely weird amount of fuel. I think he might have just, I'll be honest with you, since he's setting an average of like 202s, 201s, I think he has that fuel mode up to 6. He's just on lean at the moment, so he's not pushing. But I think he's just not trying to have as much incidents, because look at the damage on the front end of that Audi. Just very, so much damage on the front of that Audi, of course.
We're going to keep watching SMJT.
Yeah, I think SMJT will come into the pits, and yes, he does. He will come into the pits for this time by, so the race leader will come in to the pits, and he will make his first pit stop of the day. Durdude now, going a bit too deep into the hairpin. What will he do? He will actually stay on out for one more lap. New set of Goodyears going on that Corvette. Of course, it makes sense. Goodyears with the Corvette, the American tire manufacturer with the American car manufacturer, of course. I also like the little Sonic thing he's got on the top of that car. I didn't even notice that as well.
Durdude and Chris the Crow
will pass, but Patrolhead, on pretty much identical strategy with SMJT, will come in for his first pit stop of the day.
Corvettes, of course, making their first pit stop of the day right here.
Now, keep in mind, these two are not teammates in any way, but they do share nearly identical
setups.
I wouldn't say identical setups, but it's just like, identical driving styles to one another. So that's kind of how I would put it. So
we're watching Durdude right now as he comfortably sits in first place right now,
and he's not that far off from the race, from the guy ahead of him. So it's about 5.3 seconds.
Goes a little wide in
behind him. Yeah.
Coming up to the carousel right now. What can he do to try and get?
So a second way for me to sip on my coffee, of course, because
Durdude's going to come in. He's going to be out of fuel.
Oh, yeah. He's very late dive into the pits, and he will make that entry into the pit lane as well. And I imagine Chris the Crow will do the same. Yes, he will. Teammates coming into the pit, so it will be not entirely a double stack, but they will come in at the same time.
Get all the damage to the front of the 14.
And so a new set of Michelins going on the Lock Pond sponsored GT World Challenge here at Aston Martin. And was that the Nissan GTR Grand J10 that has gone out? And I believe it has.
I think he's still out in his first.
Yeah, Grand J10 is still out. Is he going to try to make the one-stop strategy work here? Because that would kind of benefit him in a way if you think about it.
If he does, he's going to have to save a heck of a lot of fuel.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, definitely. And Patrolhead and Chris the Crow, once again,
they're going to go at it.
After the first pit, are definitely going to go at it again for a fact.
And Durdude and Grand J10 are now going to be in a fight of their own right now.
Yeah, definitely.
SMJT has...
Well, no, because Grand J10 has to make his first pit stop, so theoretically, Durdude, I imagine, will get by Grand J10, no problem whatsoever.
Indeed. And I think SMJT will make a statement.
Yeah, SMJT is just way too far ahead. I think he's just pretty much just going to dominate the day, no question about it. So Oh, is that going to be Grand J10? Yeah, I think Grand J10 is going to try and hold Durdude on up, which is not good for Durdude, of course, because Grand J10 still needs to make his first pit stop. Oh, and he's just going to, yep, I think.
No, they're still side by side.
Oh, they are side by side. Oh, and Grand J10 on the inside. Good defensive move from Grand J10 on the GTR.
He's going to try and do a switchback right here.
Yep, he's definitely going to.
Oh, gets on the gravel.
Oh, yeah, he got on the gravel just slightly. So.
And Durdude's around.
Yep, let's take a look at that one more time as well. I think Grand J10 might have got it on the gravel just slightly to slow him a bit up. Yeah, actually, oh, that's a lot of gravel kick up right about there. That slowed him down massively. And so that is done for Grand J10, and he will come into the pits this time by for his first pit stop. And I think it's going to be very, very close to him if he wants to try and make a one-stop strategy work. So I'm not sure what he's going to do there. He will lose a position to, I imagine, no, that's actually Durdude that's going on by. So where is Christopher and Patrolhead? They're actually passing the front pit straight now. And so they're trying to stay within arm's reach of one another. Grand J10, the fuel, I imagine, going on in. Yes, it is now. And he's underway. Full tank of fuel out.
He's going to have to save fuel.
He's gonna, yeah, I imagine he's gonna try and save fuel because it is 3.5 minutes. Plus 1 lap questionably, if he's going to try and make a one-stop strategy work. I'm not sure. I don't think that's what the strategy calls, but I think he's going to try and make it work.
It's going to be very interesting. With
yeah, I think it's 1 to 2 stop strategy at the moment because I'm even confused as to what he is doing at the moment. But of course, with sim racing, that is what the familiarities and questionabilities that we always, as people, always try and seek and discuss. So,
absolutely, indeed.
SMJT once again.
On the back bumper of IPS, who has yet to make his pit stop right now.
Yeah, and SMJT is just going to get by him as well. IPS not going to get in his way. A very sportsmanlike driver from IPS as well, so he always knows when to let those who are faster than him on by. He's not willing to get in the way, he's just trying to have fun while he does it as well. And so, SMJT doing a good job of pacing this Pro-Am field with just about 32.5 minutes left to go on the clock.
Okay, it's kind of toned down a little bit.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just, I think we're at a period now where it's just like, you know, we're at a point in the session now where it's just like, you know, everything's starting to, oh, is that IPES that went slightly around? I think it was. So we'll see what happened to IPES going into the first corner. What did he carry?
He's on max brake right now.
Yeah, max braking. Oh, and he's just carrying. Yeah, that's
jumped over the curve.
Yeah, hopped over the curve, which is definitely going to unsettle the car. No doubt about that. And so, yeah, just 2 minutes behind, which will equate to a whole lap. He's a minute and 19 seconds behind Grand J10, which is not good for him.
Able to save fuel at this rate than Grand J10 right now. So I think Grand J10's gonna have some issues coming to this final stint.
Yeah, like I said, I'm most curious as to what Grand J10 is going to be doing for this final stop. He's 42 seconds behind the leader outright, which is SMJT, but I'm not 100% sure what his strategy is going to be. But I think as the time winds down, we will find out sooner than later what that strategy call will be for the 15 and for the team operating this car.
Absolutely, indeed, right now. Just kind of hanging on for dear life right now. It's going to be questionable whether he makes it to the end of this race or not.
We haven't seen him. We're going to talk about Chris Crow for a little bit, and he's just trying to stay within arm's reach of Patrolhead, who's about 3.5 seconds ahead of him, or behind him, I should say.
He's just getting away at this rate.
I wouldn't say get away. I think they're just maintaining a gap at the moment, but if anything, it's just slowly going up or slowly going down. It's just kind of fluctuating up and down at the moment, which is kind of interesting.
Absolutely indeed right now.
NSX Felix says, hello Felix, and welcome to live coverage of the Straight Line Motorsports GT3 Championship here live at Monza. Of course, there are only 6 cars, but that doesn't mean the action is not even there, and it's provided some exciting action throughout this race, of course. And of course, I think we're at a period now where it's just dwindling down action right now, and I think we're just starting to settle, and where everyone's just settling into a race rhythm at the moment. So please enjoy your stay, Felix, and of course we hope you do enjoy the commentary as well, as we just reached the halfway point of the race. And now at the moment we'll take a moment to reflect on your current standings. SMJT now still dominating this race, lights to flag, lights to flat, lights. See, here we go with the tongue twisting moments again that people say about me, of course, and do not comment about me on that in that stream chat. I swear to God.
Watch the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna keep my right eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on it. So, right. So we'll go back to once again halfway race report right now. Once again, it is SMJT who is still leading the way from pole position, and he's just not looked back. 17 seconds separates the gap between himself and second place, which is the Aston Martin of Durdude. And of course, he's just kind of just settled in his own race rhythm. And actually, he's just set the fastest lap of the race not that long ago, so he's taken an extra point away from SMJT, which is good for his part. So are we looking at a potential race comeback for the Aston Martin of Durdude potentially?
It's hard to say because SMJT has a lot more fuel in the tank than Durdude right now. But also his tires are a lot better than SMJT's right now. So I think SMJT has a really good shot at winning this race unless something happens with SMJT or Durdude is able to muscle his way back up through the field and get to...
Oh, wait a minute. Was that Iapez trying to get to the pits?
That was Iapez.
Oh, it might have been. Hang on. Let's take a look at that.
He's got a 4/10
Yeah, let's take a look at that real quickly, because I think he was just trying to make the pits, but I think he might have actually just hopped over the curbing. Did he actually?
No.
Oh no, it looked like he did. That's fine. I thought he did, so that's why I looked at him, just to be on the safe side. So Iapez will pit now for his only stop, I imagine. But I don't think it's going to make much difference since he will be a lap down up from everybody.
Iapez's got a fuel to make.
He's actually going to go to the medium compound, which is very interesting, which we don't see a lot of in the championship.
So I think what he's going to do is he's going to try and get himself back on that lead lap right now. I don't think he's going to feel safe anymore, but I think he's going to try and see if he can.
Yeah, I think he's going to just try and if he feels confident to do it, I think he's just going to try and stay on the lead lap if he can, which is very audacious from him. I'll be amazed if he's able to pull something like this out together, because the man at 5th place in this race, and the only guy who hasn't lapped him is right behind him. That's Grand J10.
He's already made his pit stop, and he's got a half-second penalty that he's got to work with right now.
Yeah, oh, he's put a foot wrong and corrected that, which is good for him. So a situation that could have gone wrong was quickly corrected.
Absolutely, indeed, right there. Honestly, Grand J10 has not been the best man on track right now, but he's certainly caught up.
Yeah, he's putting his rhythm back into his 56.3, which is his fastest lap of the race. So Iapez will let him on by and not hold him up. We'll continue looking at the race current standings at moment. Patrol Head with a 15-second gap between himself and Durdude, with 33 seconds behind SMJT and the other Corvette. Still remains in 3rd. Mr. Crow, not even that far behind in P4. It's only 2.1 seconds off of Patrol Head, of course.
Honestly, the realistic shot of position changes is going to be Patrol Head and Chris the Crow unless Durdude.
Yeah, I was about to say, the battle might be having to keep an eye out for is definitely going to be Patrol Head and Chris the Crow, and potentially Grand J10, because Grand J10 lately has been on fine form. And as you can see, with the 56.3, he is on. He has just set a fastest lap of his race, but not the actual fastest lap of the race. So personal fastest lap, but not the outright fastest lap. And it might be. Yeah, he's had an incident somewhere. He's lost a bit of time, 2 seconds to be exact. And so he's just trying to stay within arm's reach of a 4th place finish, or even a podium finish for that matter, which would be very, very good for him, of course.
Indeed, and he's just gone wide coming out of turn 1 right there. Really trying to control that car through the left-handers through sector 1 right there.
Yeah, it's definitely the infield Mercedes-Benz section, I think it's called, according to the real-life.
Very, very wide.
Very, very wide.
Very wide.
For Grand J10.
He's trying to do anything he can to get that gap back to Chris the Crow.
Yeah, and other than that, he's just gained another 5/10 on that penalty, so it's 9/10 now of a second that Grand GT3 will have to serve.
That he's exceeded track limits.
Yeah, exactly. So he's losing time more than anything.
Chris the Crow right now, still hunting down Patrol Head right now. Dirty still hunting down SMJT. So not looking good here for the Aston Martins right here. It's the Corvettes to be the stronger contender here.
I wouldn't say the Aston Martins aren't good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're doing the championship points leaders doing a good job of trying to stay close to SMJT that is only 19 or 20 seconds behind. Probably just doing a good job at doing what he can, of course. Of course, I think SMJT might have been the better driver of the day, and the course might be suited to the Corvettes. But Durdu's doing a good job at doing the best he can on driver's performance-wise to stay within arm's reach of him, of course.
Absolutely, indeed, right now. The gap now just around.
Oh, and Chris the Crow, tried something there.
Now this is going to be interesting right here.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad I pushed the number 4 key on the keyboard now, because we got a battle that is going to be going on right about here. And so, Patrolhead going to defend on the racing line. He's leaving that door unusually wide open for himself.
But Chris the Crow didn't jump inside.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think he did much there going forward. And so
Chris the Crow's having a look.
Yeah, he's really, really trying.
He's trying to get that Aston Martin on the podium right here.
Oh yeah, for a fact. On board now with the Austrian in the number 71. Trying to do anything he can to get past the 44 that he can.
Not quite there yet, but he's closing that gap.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to. And Patrolhead going a bit wide. Oh, and just the car just gets a little shaky into the hairpin, but nothing doing there as of yet. And so Patrolhead doing the best that he can. Oh, gets it on the gravel trap slightly and is able to hold on. And I think this battle is going to be once again starting to fire back on up. And so it's going to be who can put it better than the other. And so Patrolhead, Chris the Crow once again duking it on out. And of course, nothing doing between the one another. And they're doing the best that they can to just hang on and just do the best that they both can. And so the B12 advantage, nothing doing at the moment as of yet. 57.555 for Chris the Crow on his personal fastest lap of the race. So could he get another fastest lap of the race? Not there. Patrolhead, these guys are on near identical lap times, which is good for them, of course, which makes the battle much more interesting. Oh, and Chris the Crow to the inside. It was a good audacious move to potentially, but I think Patrolhead is doing anything, or not Patrolhead, Chris the Crow is just doing anything he can to try and get the pressure going for these two drivers. And so nothing doing as of yet, more like an arm wrestling match to see who can get the better.
Very wide through that corner.
Yeah, very wide. Was that going to be affording a 5/10 penalty?
See if Patrolhead gets a penalty from the stewards right there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a penalty. Yeah, no penalty there. So I think it's just a fair move on his part. I think he's just trying to defend a racing position that he has prime control of at the moment.
Patrolhead still defending third place from Chris the Crow. We've got about 21 minutes left of this race left to go.
Yeah, 21 minutes left of this Pro-Am race, round number 8 of at the
Patrolhead just went really wide.
Yeah, round 8 of the Straight Line Motorsports GT3 Championship here live at the Nurburgring. Of course, 6 drivers doesn't mean the action is not to be had, and you're seeing a lot of it right about now for a battle for the final spot on the podium, battle for third place going between Chris the Crow and Patrolhead. Of course, the gap now just 0.3 of a second now between these two drivers. And I think these guys, they're coming on identical pit stops. I think Chris the Crow might have it just on pure pace.
Yeah, honestly, unless he...
Oh, and their dude is going to come into the pits for his final stop.
He's attempting the 2-stop.
I think he's trying to undercut the Corvette of SMJT. at the moment. But where will Durdu come out in unison to Chris the Crow?
Oh, he's just
and
gone
Patrolhead.
wide on entry.
Oh, look at the amount of fuel differences between SMJT, or not SMJT, but Patrolhead and Chris the Crow.
Will Durdu get out in front of these guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well. Where will...
No,
he's actually
just
dropped 2 positions,
him.
but he's still behind these two, so he will back up his teammate.
This is going to be very interesting right here now. Patrolhead now moving up into second place right now, but Chris the Crow trying to do something.
And there's no question, without a doubt, that Chris Durdu will get that second place position back up on. He's literally back behind these two drivers who are still duking out for a final podium position, of course.
We'll see what happens right here. Chris the Crow really trying to put the pressure on Patrolhead, but he's really doing a good job of defending Chris the Crow, the number 71 Aston Martin advantage right there.
Yeah, and definitely Patrolhead's not making it easy for him, which is very, very good for us to view, but it's going to be very, very pressurizing for these two drivers, of course, that have to deal with one another. But that is the, that's the entertainment side of motorsport and sim racing.
It's like watching Ferrari Charles Leclerc battle against the two Mercedes at Monza. This kind of brings it back up right here.
And the man in fine form from pole position, SMJT, will make his final stop of today with just under 18 and a half minutes to go.
He gets out in time.
He's a whopping 43 seconds between himself and Patrolhead. Durdu gets on by, I imagine, so we're going to take a look at and see what has happened there for those two guys. Is that a bad run out of the corner for Chris the Crow? It might have been. I think Chris the Crow might have just let his
teammate.
Yeah, his teammate on by, I think, so I thought I saw that, but of course,
SMJT.
And this is where things get really interesting right now.
Patrolhead is now going to make his final pit stop of the day right here.
Yeah, this is where things are going to get very, very interesting between Chris the Crow and Patrolhead, because Patrolhead will make his final stop of the day, and Chris the Crow gonna just, I think he's gonna try and get in the slipstream of Durdu, just try and get him a much better chance.
He's gonna try and see if he can.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and give Chris the Crow the slipstream and try and even overcut the Corvette of Patrolhead. So we're gonna see what happens there. Grand J10 with an 8/10 penalty, which he will still have to serve, but with just 17 and a half minutes to go left, yeah, and that's gonna be another penalty coming for track limits abuse as well. Once again, I imagine so.
I don't think so. He's fine. He's close though.
No, nothing. Yeah, nothing going for a penalty for Grand J10. But yeah, look at the fuel for Grand J10. It's at 3/8 of a tank right about now, so I'm not sure how this is going to play out for him as well, because he pitted with about 34 minutes to go on the clock, and he was at a full tank. He's now down to 3/8 of a tank, and it's just halfway through the stint. So I imagine he is going to have to splash and dash for the finish of this race, I think.
Yep.
And so Patrolhead in 5th place, just doing anything that he can to try and overlap and undercut the Aston Martin of Chris the Crow. But let's take a look at these two. Durdu now giving the slipstream once again to Chris the Crow. And Chris the Crow, I imagine, he's going a bit too deep into the
chicane.
Yeah, into the chicane. Let's see what happens.
He's coming in for his pit stop right now.
Yeah, he's coming in for this pit stop, but let's take a look at what happened between these two, or what happened for Chris the Crow. I think he might have taken a bit too much into the corner. We'll see what happened.
Just missed his braking point.
Yep. So just a bit too much going into the corner. So yeah, a bit too much going into the corner for Chris the Crow. But now it's going to be very, very tight indeed. Where is Patrolhead now?
He's going to get him. He's on the front straight.
Yeah. Wow. He's got him. Oh, you know what? Chris the Crow immediately coming on out. And Chris the Crow got the overcut.
Wow.
Wow. How about that? So Chris the Crow.
Now these two are going to chase down Grand J10 and see if Grand J10 can actually hold him.
Yeah, if anything, I think Grand J10 is going to have to try and fuel save that he can for the next 15 minutes.
He's going to have to try and fuel save until they get to him, and then that's when he's going to have to turn off fuel save mode.
And get this, he's got a fuel save with just only about just over a quarter of a tank. So that's going to be, oh my God.
He's going to have to fuel save.
This is going to be extremely close, I think.
He's going to have to fuel save.
It's going to be close, but I think Chris and Patrolhead are going to get Grand J10. But we will find out and see, of course.
He's going to have to fuel save until those two cars get to his rear bumper, and then he's going to have to defend like mad, not to fuel save anymore, or just run out of gas. I think that's what he's going to have to do right now. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what is going to happen for Christopher Crow and Patrolhead. But Christopher Crow doing a good job at getting past and overcutting his main rival in this race, Patrolhead.
He just undercut Patrolhead.
No, he's overcut him.
He just overcut.
No, overcut. Yeah, Patrolhead tried the undercut. Christopher Crow did the overcut. The overcut worked, and Patrolhead didn't work. His undercut didn't really work out as much
so now
as
Patrolhead's
well.
going to really fight that car and to try and get back to the back bumper of Chris the Crow right now. But I think his best chances right now are 4th place. He could have easily had a 3rd place finish right here in this race. But Deer Dude now really trying to hold off 2nd place right now, which I think he's able to do right now.
I'll be back.
And our commentator, RDZ, has left the commentary booth right now. We are still watching this battle between Chris the Crow and Patrolhead right now for 4th. Gap now around 3.2 seconds, fluctuating here and there. Dirt Dude right now just trying to hold on to 2nd place right now because I think SMJT has got this race in the bag with about 13 minutes and 20 seconds left to go on the clock right here. So right now, Grand J10 is just, you just got to defend 3rd if you're
Grand J10 has got to do absolutely everything that he can to try and. Oh, never mind! He's had an incident!
He's just gone.
He's gone to the wall! Oh my God!
What happened here? Oh, this is not going to be good.
Oh my God! Wow, that's completely hampered his strategy majorly.
What happened here? Just
the gravel. Just way too much. Yep.
Just on the gravel and just threw his race away right there.
Yep, that's day done for Grand J10, unfortunately.
Just a bad scenario for him. He's dropped 2 positions.
That has to be super frustrating because he could have had a potential 3rd place going his way, and now I think he's just got to make the pit stop and just go on a qualifying mode at the moment because I think he has to do it.
He could try to go for the fastest lap here. He could do that.
Yeah, he's only about 3/10-ish behind. No,
he's only about less than 2/10 behind.
Yeah, he's less than 2/10 behind the fastest lap of the race. So I think if he can try and get an extra point his way, it would be well worth it. So
he's about 177 thousandths behind Dirt Dude right now, who currently is in 2nd place and has the fastest lap on this racetrack right now.
Yeah, let's see what Grand J10 is going to do. Is he going to come into the pits now this time by? Yes, he will. So I think he is going to put some fuel in and try and go for that fastest lap of the race.
I mean, he knows he's a lap ahead of IFS, so he's got nothing to worry about position-wise.
Yeah, where is SMJT at as well? He's actually in the well within the
right in the carousel.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And tires on, fuel in, to go out and beat that fastest lap right now.
So let's see what Grand J10 can do in the 15 Nissan GTR. And he's put a bit of fuel in. I think he's definitely going to go for that fastest lap of the race. No doubt about that in my mind.
Let's go back to Bowers' 3rd.
Yeah, let's see what happened right now. 3.4 seconds between Chris the Crow and Patrolhead. Oh no, my phone's right here. Duh, I'm on the wrong.
Okay. Well, this is about the only real fight that we're going to see here throughout this last race right here. So, basically, Patrolhead's got to really work hard to get on that back bumper Patrolhead right now. He's got about 10 minutes left to do so in this race right now. Chris the Crow really coming back strong here from a dismal first half of this race, which didn't go his way, but he's fought back up to be in that podium spot. Dirt Dude as well, having a strong run today, but SMJT, just no pressure.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
literally, SMJT is just pretty much just run off in this race. There's literally no one that's just even tried challenging him for this race. Yeah, because I think with everything that's happened, it's just that, you know, second on down, and it's just they were just trying to fight each other out, and it's just allowed SGT to just clear off, and he's just had nothing to worry about at all this race. And of course, Durdude, of course, he's going to get P2, but I think he's just trying to get...
he's just trying to hold on to that position.
Yeah, obviously, for the majority of people that have ran the majority of the season, he's mainly ahead of them. So Durdude is going to, once again, benefit from this, but he's not going to get the full 26 points, I should say, including that one extra point for the fastest lap. So he's going to take home about 18, or I should say 19 points, I believe. Someone will have to check, confirm that with me as well. And Chris the Crow doing a great job.
He just set his fastest lap.
Yeah, he just set his fastest lap of the day for his, so he's doing a good job.
But Patrolhead is catching him slowly.
Yeah, let's see Patrolhead right about now. Yeah, 56.9 for Patrolhead. So these two are at their peak performance of the day, and they're at near qualifying times. But let's see what can happen. Of course, Patrolhead setting the faster lap of the two, because it's a 56.
He's just shaved a half second within that sector.
Yeah, because it's a 56.99, which is basically a 57 nearly dead. And you have Chris Crow, who's only at a 57.5, so that's a 0.5, that's literally half a second difference between the two cars. And let's also go back to Grand J10, because let's see what he's doing in terms of trying to score a extra bonus point for that fast lap, try and take it away from Durdude, of course.
He's putting the gravel.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to help if he puts it in the gravel like that, so...
He's going to have to go try again.
Yep, he's going to have to try again from square one, and there's not much time left in this race, of course. So we'll go back to Chris the Crow now.
2.4 seconds ahead.
I'm sorry, I meant to go back to Patrolhead, and we'll go on board now with the driver's eye, so you can see Chris the Crow is there, but he's not close enough.
He's gone really wide.
Yeah, going a bit wide into the corner and losing a bit of time. So the time differential
is pushing that car to its limit right now.
Yeah, and so just Patrolhead just really is just trying to get close to him if he can, going into the final few minutes of this race. And so it's going to come down to basically who can not make a mistake or who can basically power through the better of the two. 58.2 last time by for Chris the Crow, and a 57.0 for Patrolhead. So that's a 1 second difference between the two, and of course Chris the Crow needs to be quicker than what he's doing now, because he has the pace to do it, but he can't do it if Patrolhead is setting some absolutely flying laps at the moment. And so Grand J10 with a 57.2, nothing close to what Durdude is doing. Does Durdude? Nah, Durdude's definitely not set a fastest lap as of late, but Grand J10, I think he's just trying to displace that fastest lap extra point from Durdude and get it going his direction, of course. And so Patrolhead, once again, nothing doing there as of yet.
He's really pushing.
Yeah, 2.3 seconds gap.
He was just about on the gravel trap right there, just barely.
Yeah, nothing doing as of yet. Gap still 2.3-ish seconds and fluctuating up and down. And
he's
he's compensating it by going quicker than his personal best fastest.
Sector 3.
Yeah, this would be a lap that Chris the Crow would definitely benefit in trying to maintain a gap. 2.5 seconds now the gap between the two, so it's absolutely on edge for a lot of these, for these two especially. And
I think Patrolhead just got on the grass a little bit.
Did he go on the grass a little bit? Oh, you know what? He might have been.
He's 2.9 seconds ahead.
Yeah, we'll take a look back at Patrolhead. Yeah, we'll take a look at them on what happened to him. We'll go on board with him for the final corner. He's going a bit too deep. He somehow kept it on.
He's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, he somehow kept it together, which is good for him, but he's lost about half a second to Chris the Crow, so...
His tires are falling off quicker than Chris the Crow.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, Chris the Crow is managing his tires better than Patrolhead, and Patrolhead is pushing a bit too hard for his driving style in that Corvette, I think.
So, we 5 minutes left to go in this race, which is probably going to be about. Let's take a look at where the leader is right now.
Well, let's take a look at Grand J10, who unfortunately has a 1 second time penalty. So,
It's just not been his day today.
yeah, unfortunately for him, I don't think his day is going in the right direction with the.
Oh,
Wow, he's going really, really
Jeez.
wide. Wow.
Jeez.
I think Grand J10. Yeah, I think there has to be a warning.
He's
for,
trying to get the fastest lap. That's what.
Yeah,
we
I could.
see.
Yeah, you can understand that he's trying super hard, but it's like, you know, as the race director, you have to be thinking to yourself, what can you do to try and slow down? Yeah, he's going to serve his penalty now.
Slowing down.
But I unfortunately think that he just needs to really be on the right foot and just not cause any incidents for himself or anybody on the track at the moment. So he has to be extremely careful with himself,
Let's
obviously.
get back to the leader right now.
All right, we'll go back to the race leader of SMJT, still untouchable in this race.
He's probably about after this lap about 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I was about to say,
2 laps to go after the completion of this lap right here. So we're gonna probably finish on just after 31 laps here in this race right now.
yeah, like I said, folks, after the race, we will invite our podium finishers for podium interviews in our PlayStation parties. So, gonna be exciting nonetheless for these guys to get their spot in the spotlight. I know that was a terrible pun as well. That was terrible. So
The crickets are starting to come out of their hibernation.
No. It's the moth be like, where's the light?
Dirt dude now just 30 seconds behind right now. I think he's got nothing.
Yeah, I think Durdu now is just trying to get to the end of the race. I think he'll be happy with P2 in terms of points, and additionally, that bonus point for fastest lap. But there was a man who was trying to challenge him for that extra point, and it is Grand J10.
He was trying to set the fastest lap here, but can he?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to if he can hold it within the track is the big question. We'll go quickly on board back to Chris the Crow and Patrolhead, which I think this battle is going in the way of Chris the Crow, so I think Chris the Crow will hold on to P3. And unfortunately for Patrolhead, we'll have to settle for P4 after doing very well earlier in this race. But again, it just doesn't go as right direction. As the race unfolds, it just doesn't go as right direction.
Pit strategy was kind of what threw his race away too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you can really blame him with the amount of fuel that car can consume with it being 8 cylinders as well. It consumes a lot of fuel.
Absolutely, indeed.
And there we go. Like I said, Grand J10.
Let's watch this for right now.
Yeah, we're going to go on board now with the GTR of Grand J10 from the driver's eye. What you see is what the driver sees. And Grand J10 is definitely trying to get that extra bonus point for fastest lap of the race. Very fine form, of course. So we'll keep an eye out for him. What's he got going for here? He's about 10 and a half. Yeah, that's actually going to be really close.
It's going
to be coming down to this final
sector. He's got to
sector.
improve on this final sector.
It's going to be him and three corners, which stand the way of whether it will be a fastest lap or not. Ooh, really attacking the chicane right there, which is very good for him. Oh, good. Yeah, that's very good for him, of course. Oh, this is going to be a very close lap indeed for Grand J10. Well, can he do it is the question.
No.
Ooh, he improves on his personal best, but he will have to go one more time. And actually, this will be his final lap of the race, according to the timestamp.
Oh, he's
and we have no more competition. SMJT now.
He's trying to set the fastest.
Yeah. So Durdu has got two oppositions now at the moment. Who's that gone wide? That is Iapez, unfortunately, who's unfortunately not having a good day once again.
So
But SMJT rounding the final corner now. Iapez will be shown the blue flag. He will actually move over, I think.
We've got one more.
What will SMJT do? No improvement by 41 thousandths of a second.
But he's going to be on his final lap one more time around the Nurburgring GP for the Pro-Am Division race of this race. And early on, it was a very tense first half of this race. Second half also tense, but not as intense as what has gone
Yeah, it's pretty much just cool down basically, and it's just pretty much just trying to find your racing rhythm.
He's just extending that gap to Durdu, the points leader right now.
Yeah, Durdu will get one more lap as well, but let's see if Chris the Crow and Patrolhead will get one more lap under their belt as well. I think they will get one more lap. Yeah, they're definitely going to get one more lap to duke it out. But Christopher Crow has got way much more tire wear than
Grand J10 is on his final lap right now.
Yeah, Grand J10, yep.
He's got a fourth score.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, I think he's trying to go for that fastest lap, but
he's not doing that.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say just let him finish it with what he's got, so.
He's not going to improve here because of that time.
Oh, yeah, definitely, so. We'll see what happens for Grand J10.
Oh, wait, no, he's going to get one more lap because he's still in the lead lap. He hasn't gotten lapped yet.
Has he?
He hasn't gotten lapped.
I don't think it's going to matter as much. Yeah, no, he's going to finish. Yep, okay. 5th place for Grand J10. Ipez, well, actually, no, he's
on his.
He's been lapped again by SMJT.
Yeah.
But we will go to the leader of this race. It's been pretty much just a lights to flag finish. It's been just a dominating performance for this driver. Pretty much a similar performance to Mouchelot and how he handled that race at Spa. Or not at Spa, at Catalunya and at the Wet Red Bull race circuit. But coming through the final corner for the final time, it's been a short time coming for this driver, but he's finally pulled it out in just his 2nd race alone. And coming to the start finish line will be the Corvette of SMJT to grab his first Pro-Am win of the season. Ipez just yeets into the wall, literally. And so he will take home P6. Yeah, I honestly don't blame him if he's just frustrated. So. Durduke now, the championship points leader, will come home with a very happy P2 finish and get that extra bonus point for the fastest lap. And so he'll be very, very happy with that, of course.
Extending his championship lead.
Yeah, actually extending his championship lead once again, but not by much. Oh, and he's just having a bit of fun before the race is over, but Durduke will come through in the 14 to take home P2. And Krista Crow in P3, so he'll be happy with that. And of course, it will be him taking P3 and Patrolhead coming through for his 4th place finish. And that is it for Nurburgring SMJT with his first win of the season and only his 2nd race of the season. So that's good news for him. And as you can see right there, pole position and clean race, and he didn't get the fastest lap, but of course it's a light to flag finish, and he will certainly take that for sure. What a day that was! What a race that was! That was actually, it wasn't too terrible, but it was interesting nonetheless.
It was not too terrible, but
yeah, it was interesting. So, we'll go to our party, and we will invite those who are willing to get interviews going. If I can get it down to 5 people. So we will have our podium finishers coming on in. And let me get the invites going. Krista Crow, Durdude, and SMJT. Yep. And so we wait for those guys to pop on into the party. And that was a race. And that was a very good race. I thoroughly enjoyed that race, obviously. Even though for what it was interesting. There was stuff to talk about as well, and I think it was just one of those races where it's just like there was a lot of good action in the beginning, and it just kind of died down at the late in the end. But of course, there was just always something to talk about, obviously, and I do appreciate that as well.
I hate to interrupt you here, already said we are joined by our race winner here, SMJT. SMJT, what a performance, what a drive that you have showed this Pro-Am field in just your 2nd start with the pole position and your 1st race win of the season. How you feeling there, big guy?
Pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good race overall. Had a really good start, and then afterwards was just able to put in fast lap before the dude got clear, so I was able to kind of pull away before he started putting in some faster laps, and yeah, I think that really helped me.
And was Durdude your big concern going into this race, obviously, because I know you guys were very, very close going into qualifying, but obviously after your first couple of laps outpacing Durdude, was he your biggest threat going into this race, obviously?
Yeah, because he was starting just behind me, he was only like 3/10 off my pole lap, I think, so I kind of knew that if he'd gotten ahead of me into turn 1, then it would have been a bit more of a challenge. Plus I didn't know what strategy he was going to do, so yeah, he was my biggest threat.
And was there any potential threat as well from Krista Crow or Patrolhead? Now I do understand that they finished basically half the track behind you as well, but was there any potential threat from them as well by any chance?
I wasn't looking at him. I was, not meaning any disrespect. I was looking at second place, and that was primarily my focus. I didn't know what they were doing. It's hard to kind of tell what they're doing if they're behind a dude. So yeah, I was more focused on the dude throughout the most of the race.
All right, SMGT. So congratulations on the first race win of the season and just your second start. We look more forward to seeing what you could do on the track in the beautiful and blue number 30 Corvette GT3. Congrats again. Thank you for taking the time to interview with us and share us your thoughts on the race. And we'll look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on track again. Thank you.
And of course, I don't think we got time to. I don't think Dirdude and Chris Crow were able to get into the party, unfortunately. But what a race that was! I'm really looking forward to the pro race, which I'm looking forward to as well. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy that commentary, please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you give the video a thumbs up, a like, a comment, and if you're so inclined to keep up to date on what we do at the Straight Line Motorsports League, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you thoroughly enjoyed that race, we do have one more race as well in the hands of the Pro Division as well. So it's going to be probably as exciting, if not more exciting. But of course, I myself thoroughly enjoyed that. I assumed you did that as well.
I certainly enjoyed that first half. That first half was very, very intense, but. Yeah, congrats SMGT on the win, Dirdude and Chris the Crow. Those two Vantages making the finishing the podium there in the Vantages right there. Sorry, it's been a long day yesterday with my endurance race. I'm just taking it easy for right now. But anyway, congrats to those guys for completing the race, and then those who completed the podium, and congratulations once again to SMGT for that incredible second race win right there.
And that is, of course, my commentator and colleague, SDM Viper, at the side of me as well. And of course, like I said as well, I will be quickly back to boot up the live stream for the Pro Division as well. And if you guys thoroughly enjoyed that race as well, I have been your main host and commentator for today's race, SDM_RGZ with SDM Viper, and we will see you guys shortly for the Pro Division.